Hey friends, Sean here with Manly Made Minute, and welcome back to my 30-day watercolor challenge. I got 2 days to go, and I got 2 more to go. Then we're going to do one big one here for day 30. I'm going to switch up from my normal stamp for day 30 and do like a bigger floral and see if I can tie everything I've learned together and make a nice big floral stamp. So today I am going to use my Distress Spritz sprays. So I'm going to just see how these lay down, if they peel back and pull back like a normal watercolor, or if it, because the shimmer and the mica and things in them, that if they just stick to the paper. So I want to see how these are for watercoloring, and you know, maybe future mix them with oxides or my other Distress inks to watercolor with. So I'm going to do 2 different colors for the flowers, and then of course I've got my 2 different greens that I'm going to use for the leaves today. I'm going to go with the pooling technique that I've been doing, where I really wet the paper, pool it up on top, and then see if that disperses and blooms, because I think if I go too dry, I do think that this is going to suck to the paper just a little bit more because that pigment, and I believe it's the mica that's in it. I am using watercolor paper today, so I got the Canson XL watercolor paper. So let's head down to my camera, and again, typical stamp that I have been using. This is the Hero Arts Peonies Bunches stamp, same stamp. I did do it in silver today just because I'm going some shine with the spritzes, and I just thought let's just do some silver. So I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to take my micas, or excuse me, my Distress Spritz, and I'm going to put them on my glass mat here. I'm not going to spray them because it seems like last time I sprayed these, they kind of got all over. So I'm going to open the cap and just dab it on with the nozzle, and then use it from there. All right. So I'm using for my flowers salvaged patina and then faded jeans. Okay. And then for my leaves, bundled sage with the rustic wilderness. All right, so I'm just going to take it this way and see if I can just dab on versus spray. It just seemed to got a little messy. And then we'll just do that with the faded jeans. My gut tells me, because the mica, it's like a shimmer, like the shimmers on the watercolors, that this is going to suck to the paper just a little bit more. But we're going to give it a try. That's what this is about, is just learning that process. So I'm going to get started. We're going to wet this down as I normally do and pull from my palette over here. And I'm going to set this to high speed, give you some beautiful music to listen to, and then I'm going to see you on the flip side. All right, this is day 28. I'm using the Distress Spritz by Tim Holtz Distress line, and I started out with flower 1 doing the pooling kind of effect and realized that that mica in this powder with the tension of the water kind of pulled away from the edges of the embossing. So as it was drying, I was having these white edges around the embossing. So second flower, I pooled it, and then I took that thirsty brush and wiped it away, left that water or the paper really, really, really wet, but not pooled, and got a much different effect. So similar effect as the others. The only difference I was finding was that as this dries, that shine and shimmer in this product starts pulling towards the middle. So I had to go through and kind of redistribute. However, when pulling it back and getting, if you look at my blue flower and looking at my highlights, pushing that back with that wet brush, I was able to manipulate that mica quite a bit more than I did, say, with a shimmer watercolor. It was almost like, the best way I can describe it is I could see that mica moving on the paper as if I was like shoveling snow and pushing it out of the way. So I was able to get an easier effect doing that than I did with my shimmer watercolor. But my 2 greens, not crazy happy about them. Obviously, it didn't have a yellowish green that I like, but still get a nice effect. So if I get that to quit shining too much in the light, you can see my highlights and my lowlights. I went back through and dried it and then added again just to layer that and intensify the color in spots. Because as this dried, I also realized that this shimmer dries back really, really light and really thin. So it's not as much pigment as you would think it is, because as you see it on the glass, it looked very pigmented. So this is day 28. Let's just zoom out just a tiny bit and we'll review my days so far. We'll start with day 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, similar as today. You can see how that pooled and the lightness and darkness. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and 26 was with that yellow embossing that just did not work. 27, and then today's 28 with those Distress. All right, day 28. 2 more days. We're going to do 1 more day with this stamp. Last day, big finale on day 30. We're going to get out an Altenew big floral and see if I can combine all these techniques and do a larger, bigger floral and see if this was all worth my 30 days of practice. So thank you so much for hanging with me. Before we go, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Would love to have you part of my YouTube family and follow along, and hit that bell and get notified next time I upload my next video. Any comments are greatly appreciated. I do answer most comments. Suggestions, if you like what I'm doing, would be greatly appreciated. So until next time, I'll see you then.